later, and we'll pick up this conversation
Which
later.
is not the game we're playing today.
Which is not what we're playing today. Today we're playing Ironclaw 2nd Edition. We're playing The Shade's Tale, and I am Red Rabbit. I will be your game host /GM/DM/ whatever you want to call me. We'll be picking up where we left off. I will do a quick summary of last time because things are getting interesting, and it's a party. And I've got a cat attacking my leg. So, professionalism.
You know what you did.
Yeah. All right. So a quick recap of last session. You guys had just met a goat child who looked like he was in the process of dying of hypothermia in the frigid mountains, the Rothos Mountains outside of Mount Gremart. And because the doctor and certain other party members have big, gooey, weeping hearts, you decided to take him with you despite the protestations of your guide, Chip. You guys made your way through the snowy mountain paths towards White Ridge, which is the settlement town at the base of Mount Gremart, currently presided over by the Baron Emil Demgard. I will figure out that name in a second. Along your way, you ran into some provisional issues. You got attacked by fluffy dinosaurs. You did lose a member of your party, one of Adris's irregulars, got their head bitten off. But you guys survived. The rest of you survived. You made it to the town where you performed the last rites for this fallen comrade. In the town, you learned a lot about the Callous Baron who rules the area. You made some contacts in the Church of Saalumer, which is kind of a pitiful little church, but you left the goat child with the priest there who begrudgingly promised to take care of him while you guys were in town. You also learned that the Baron has a son who is also quite a little psycho in his own right. He is returning to town tonight, and they're throwing a banquet in his honor. You learned that the Baron likes to parade his hostage, Colette, around at such events, and so Adris got himself an invitation to the banquet. The rest of you are going undercover either as his personal help or his part of his larger serving staff. Let me see. Anushka delivered a message to the Dubois Company at the mouth of the Gremart mines. And yeah, I think that's the broad strokes. That's everything that went down. So then, let us begin as we do every session by introducing our characters, their mottos and their personalities, and what goals they are currently trying to accomplish. And we can start with Theta.
Yeah, I'm Adris Gar, Gorilla Dilettante. Personality is proud. Motto is by strength and guile. Only goal I have is to rescue Colette. And as a note, I did that thing I talked about in chat last week, where I sold some stuff back and got fast talk.
Ooh, cool. Yes. That'll be good. Okay, next up we've got Arcloid.
Hello, I'm Arcloid. I play Con Lever de Ekravis, the Brazen Raccoon Knight. His motto is one hand washes the other. And I also have the goal of rescue Colette from Baron Emil Melgard.
Okay, next up we've got Griffin.
Everybody, I'm playing William, the newly minted saint, or rather, normally the anonymous doctor. He's an armadillo almoner, and his motto is first do no harm, second get paid. I'm also here to rescue Colette, but also to still ensure the child's safety. I don't think we actually resolved that one last time.
We did.
I think we did. We did get a gift for it.
We got a gift for the message delivery, I think.
No, we accomplished it. We discussed it at the end. Hold on, what did we write down?
Both.
Oh god, I sold it back. Was it local area knowledge, Grimarte?
Yes.
Yeah, one was, I think, survival?
One was survival, and the other was local area knowledge, Grimarte.
Grimarte.
Pronounce it.
I'll say that if you are still interested, I would offer you the goal of... I mean, this is tricky because goals can be spoilers, can't they? But I
we
guess
did the delivery. That's what we got the local knowledge gift for.
Yeah, that's right. I think you also got survival though from ensuring the child's safety. I feel like
We
we did
did.
cash in on
Did
that one.
we?
Yeah,
I would've
Did I not
known.
catch that? Yeah, okay, yeah, we have survival. Okay, so I can wipe
Cool.
it from the list. Good.
Yep. I would
I forgot to
also
do that.
offer though another goal, I guess, to make it more specific and separate. I would suggest the goal would be return the goat child to his family or his tribe or his home, right? Return him to his home if
say
that's
home.
something you're interested in doing.
I'll do it.
Return
Really?
the goat child home.
I
There
would
you
have thought
go.
that would be something Anonymous would be against.
Sending people home?
Well, if he's here, he's learning the ways of the church, right? He's getting an education. He's learning everything that Anonymous would want him to learn. Whereas if he's out there in his home with his family,
Oh, no, Anonymous is Norcamine. He doesn't give a shit what
I care about what makes people happiest, and I think being in a city where he's liable to be killed for being who he is probably not the best place for happiness to be
you
found.
see, here's my thing: is that you're pointing out his religious stance. At the same time, I'm looking again at observation. Observation. Well, obviously not Adrius. That he has all these pamphlets he's constantly handing out to people. He is, damn it, I can't remember the E word now. Evangelizing. He's evangelizing
Yes.
all the time.
Evangelizing.
Yeah, that's prosperity gospel.
But he also doesn't hold it against people when they don't take his reading his scripture, as long as they're willing to like hang out and share a brew. Like, it's interesting. He's a very
another
sunny
town.
individual.
I
Hey,
can
he
go
tried.
there and ask them then.
Well, it's totally up to you guys. You do have
Oh.
the slots for the goals, so
I'll go
Okay.
ahead and put it down for now, and we'll just see if we get around to it.
cool. Okay. Return the
We
child
got
to his home.
goals.
Got some goals. All right. So, yeah, so let's pick up where we left off. If I recall
Hey,
correctly.
wait a minute.
I'm saying, did we do Anushka yet?
Yeah, I want to say hi. I'm Norman Rafferty, he, him.
Oh,
I'm
jeez,
playing
I'm sorry.
Anushka, the microbat
Yeah.
messenger, where my motto is know no fear and serve with joy.
I'm so sorry I stepped all over your intro, Raph. But yes, who
I
could
hate
forget
it when people
Anushka?
step over other people. Ah, the worst. It's all good.
Oh man. Okay, so right. So I guess actually first let's reestablish where everybody is. And I'll tell you my thoughts and understanding, but you guys can feel free to correct me and update me on this. So from what I remember, Adris is going in an official capacity as a traveling nobleman who got himself an invite to this banquet from his status as a nobleman. I think we said that the doctor was going to go in with Adris as his personal manservant undercover. And I think we said the rest of the party was going to sneak in as members of his serving staff and sort of try to gather information among the rest of the servants.
I'm pretty
at the
sure
party.
Anonymous here was going on his own because he's a fucking saint.
Well, you
Also
were going
possible.
in publicly.
Yeah,
Theta, if
yeah, but
recall.
I thought you were going in publicly as well as a religious member, as a saint.
And I was going to go in with you as a public religious member. We walked into town together. It's not inobvious.
Right. I just mean that you're not my
Gotcha.
manservant in this
Right,
case.
right.
You're because my
Yes.
actual manservant isn't going in with me because we had a whole conversation about what do manservants do while you're at that public function in another town.
Right. Okay, cool. No, that makes sense. So you're both going in as your own. You're not. Ow. Sorry. You're not. Right. You're not lying. You're going there as a friendly pilgrim, as a saint. And Adris is going as a noble. And So yeah. So Anushka and Connor. Connor would be the one being deceptive here, for all intents and purposes, trying to blend in with the common serving staff, hanging out in the waiting area outside the building, probably in like the palace, the castle courtyard, or maybe in one of like the waiting rooms outside. Does that sound right, Connor?
Right.
The understanding here being that currently you guys are in Doloro territory, and they are currently at war with the Avoirdupois, so going under your own actual family name and colors might not ingratiate you to the Baron. Okay, you can't play with my boom stand. Come on, man. If my audio cuts out, you know who to blame. Down, you monster. Sorry, Ark, I'm stepping over you as well. So, yeah, so what do you think about this?
No, it makes sense not to advertise who he is. He could pose as addresses like man at arms or champion or some such.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
I mean, I thought you were doing the servant thing with Anushka. Because Anushka had a plan, I was pretty sure. Because if you remember that we're just doing reconnoitering here, because we're going to be in town for a week or two. We're not launching everything in one night.
Right. Anushka,
Yeah,
I think
the
your
plan
plan
was
was actually
to-
to get a job.
Yeah, the plan was to get a job because we're going to burn through all our money. Actually, I'm thinking there's a couple things we need to take care of. One of them is to, of course, deliver the mail. But the other
you guys
one
did
is we never followed up on our 3 guys that we lost in the wilderness.
One guy we did, remember, because that's the one I specifically brought to, well, their stuff, because they were overkilled. I brought their stuff to the priest?
Yeah, but the
father?
overkill one I'm worried
Yeah.
about. Remember, we had to leave. Some people were lagging behind as we were
Right.
going through
Yeah,
the
we
high
left
wilderness.
2 of them behind. I'm saying
Yeah, it was
you
2.
said 3. I was covering
Oh, I'm
one.
sorry. I
but-
thought we left 3. We left 2 of them behind. Right. So we, might want to follow up to see if they showed up anywhere.
That's true. You guys, this is their first day in the town, so even if they were, well, it depends, I guess. If they were going to follow you there, it would take them a little bit of time.
Well, and our plan was we need to wait for the next ball, which is 7 days. So we need to lay low, get jobs. I said one of my goals might be to actually get a job working in the manor house.
Exactly.
I have a variety of skills where I could pass as a servant.
Right.
Well,
To clarify, these are both true. There is a banquet happening tonight in honor of Devon, the son. But this guy, apparently the Baron likes to throw lavish parties all the time. So it would be a week between this one and the next one. I think we said we were going to use this one to scout, and then we would have some time before the next one to kind of try to stage the jailbreak.
And I think the plan was that me and Connor will, since Connor doesn't want to fly colors, will mingle with the servants while you two, mingle with hoity-toities.
Exactly.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah, because that can work. Because Connor and I, because Connor actually has more deceit than I do, and I have low profile. Do you have low profile, Connor, or you're just deceit?
He's just a seat.
Yeah, but you're pretty good. You got like a D8, right?
Like D10 now.
Hey,
I'm sold.
nice. Okay. Okay
Makes
then.
up
So
6-minded will, though.
Right, and you actually have etiquette, right?
Yes.
All right,
So
so
I can
yeah,
act like a servant.
yeah. So you could act like a servant there. No, I'm going to be doing scut work. I'm going to be like scullery and entering the chamber pots and that kind of nonsense. Because unfortunately, I'd be really good at that.
unfortunately, yes. Well, not really unfortunately. It's hey, society needs chamber pots emptied, so
Somebody's got to do it. I know no fear.
there
Serve
you go.
with joy.
And you serve with joy.
So
It's the 1-2 punch. So, all right. So we're gonna pick up at the night of this banquet outside the as the early evening falls and casts the surrounding hills in shades of blue on the snowy mountainous terrain. The dark stone of the castle seems ominous. The flickering torches do little to illuminate the surface of this particular outpost, but inside, the hall is smoky and full of light and laughter and the smell of lavish food. So we'll start with this description because I think this is kind of what we left off with last time, and then we'll jump outside for those of you who are waiting outside among the serving staff or working in the kitchen. Although, as of right now, I don't think either of you would have had time to actually get hired by the serving staff because Anushka, you just came back from your errands delivering the mail. But there's
I
time
think
for
the
that.
plan is we're just going to show up and pretend we work there.
Oh, okay, yeah. You could also just kind of like
Well,
sneak your way
we
in.
both have deceit. Connor leaning on
Cool.
his high duplicity, and I'll be leaning on my low duplicity and low profile. I mean, if you look, it's one of my favorite things. Like, always pick up a heavy thing and then walk around quickly like you're mad.
There you go. Exactly. Walk with
People
purpose.
just assume you work there. And like I said, if you're walking around with a chamber pot, you look like you're mad. People get out of your way.
Exactly. Yeah, people do not want to interrupt that process. Sorry.
I mean, the hard part is like how hopefully it's a big enough manor house that they have. Like, I mean, like the first thing we do is we look at the manor house. Like, how big is this? We're talking upstairs, downstairs. Is it several wings? Right. So if there's several dozen people working there, then I mean, the problem, of course, being if we do anything high profile, people say, "Who are you? I don't remember you." We have to also stay away from the major domo. Usually, a lot of these places will have the major domo is the person who runs the house. There might be more than one of them. They would recognize us as not being a servant. Plus, also, other servants don't want thieves coming in here. They say, "Hey, who are you? Are you here to steal the silverware?" So that makes it tricky. That's why we have to roll. But once again, our goal is to not do anything high profile, right, Connor? We're just here to look around.
Right.
Yeah.
We agree. I just want to say in advance. We agree that if a high profile opportunity presents itself, we're just going to make a note of it on the map and come back later, right?
Yes.
Good. I like the way you guys think.
Okay. I just realized there's a detail I should add here because that's such a good idea. I want to write it down. Okay. All right. So, Connor and Anushka, you're outside, or you're trying to look for an opportunity to slip into the flow of servants that are buzzing around this place, the back halls of this, as inside the banquet party seems to be a roaring success. So we'll get back to you guys in just a moment. Let's pass it over to the doctor and Adris. As you guys have been announced in the main hall, the Baron Emil Meldgard, that's what it is, not Damgard. Meldgard waves you over. He says, always, welcome. We're always, it's always fascinating to see a man of breeding and class come visit us all the way out here. Come avail us of your tales of your travels and partake in this bounty that we have set for ourselves. Have a drink in the name of my dear charming lad. And he will raise a mug, and everybody in the place raises their drinks as well. You can see that seated around this baron, there is his diminutive wife on one side. On his other side, there is a rather bored-looking lad, probably 16 or 17, like mid-teens, coming of age, who is wearing sort of elaborate dress. And you can see to the other side is Colette, which, as I mentioned before, is sitting with the poisoned grace of a foreign dignitary, despite the fact that she has unwieldy, ungainly manacles on her wrists and her ankles. So what do you do as he ushers you close, Adris and Doctor?
I do as I'm asked. I join festivities. I eat fruit and veg, and I tell stories of my travels from the Isles up through those mountains.
Yes, a drink to new friends and old, and all the stories in between.
Indeed. The Baron seems, I mean, you've heard a lot of bad stories about this guy, but he seems like he knows how to treat his guests at the very least.
Mhm.
Let's see here.
Remember, it's not about how he treats people he likes, it's how he treats people he doesn't like.
Indeed so. All right. So he is going to have them pull up seats for you at his table, which is nice. He makes introductions to everyone at his banquet table. He introduces his wife. She bows demurely. He introduces his son, who gives you kind of a dismissive snort that the Baron chuckles off, like, "Oh, that rascal." And then he also introduces the Abbess Colette. Again, he seems to take great entertainment in the irony that he's introducing her like a lady of taste and renown, even though it's quite obvious to everyone that she is a prisoner at this banquet. She's going to also give you a very polite and dignified nod. She does not recognize Adris at all, but there is a flicker of recognition as she stares at the doctor. And doctor, you can tell that she's trying to place you, or she's trying to determine if you are indeed the same doctor that she had met back in.
Right, and I'm trying to like give subtle signals of like, yes, and this is probably why we're here.
Right, this would be unmistakable, but once again, you're using the anonymity gift, so you being hard for people to
and of course I
identify
said what my name is, and I'm claiming I'm a saint. Is this really
Right.
the same person who claimed that they were unimportant?
Right. And so I guess she'll say like, indeed, I guess brother would be the way she would address you, but indeed, brother, you do have an aura of the holy light about you. Tell me exactly what your name was again.
Oh, why, it's William. You can call me William.
Yes, William.
You see, I'm a doctor by trade. But of course, I
indeed.
travel around spreading the light wherever I can.
But originally from Bruges, is that correct?
Why, yes, I am.
Okay, the Baron will interject here with a guffaw and say, "Ha! For an avoirdupois hostage, she seems to know a lot about the tongue of the Doloro, isn't that right, lad?" And Devin, his boy, once again, just kind of snorts dismissively.
Do you often entertain prisoners at your parties?
And it says, "Well, to be honest, I take my simple pleasures where I can find them. This one, despite whatever indignity she is put through, managed to comport herself like a lady, which I must say is a little disappointing. I had hoped she would have broken by now, but she's got a fiery spirit, it would seem. Isn't that right, lass?" And the abbess just sips her wine and acts like she can't hear him.
I feel like I would like lean onto the table and be like, "Well, what all have you done to try and break her so far?"
Oh, nothing so cruel. I know they tell tales of us here in the mountains, uncivilized folk, but no, we know how to treat foreign guests, even our hostages. She's well taken care of. She has her own quarters, isn't that right, lass? And well, if anything, she just she bears the indignities of being such a high-profile captive with a bit of grace. But no, we would not stoop to anything so debasing as torture, isn't that right? And when he glares at Colette, you can see that you get the impression that even though he has not tortured her, that this is a veiled threat, that they might torture her.
I see. Well, if you ever need any help with, ideas and such, I have spent a lot of time at Triskellion, and there are quite a few men there who are more than capable of such things, and I have seen quite a number of... I pause from it. Breakings in my time?
Yes, indeed. Oh, I tire of all these nobles who act like they are so high and mighty and above getting their hands dirty. But you look like a man of of means. I'm sure you've put more than a few to the question yourself. I would be delighted in hearing about it. And here's...
I apologize. You think too highly of me. That's for my manservant to do. I merely watch.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, it is truly no place for a noble, but,
I don't
well,
like to get my hands dirty. That's all there is, I'm afraid.
He guffaws and he says, well, spend some time here with us. You'll find that mountain living is hard, and even the highest-blooded of us, well, we do have to put in our share of the work, but spend a week here, nay, spend a season here, and I promise you will leave a stronger man that you came, with fine calluses on your dainty hands. More guffaws.
I dare say that's the difference between our houses. The show of calluses on our hands is a detriment, you might say, to such parties in the South. It's as baby soft hands as you can get. Really shows that you never had to work a day in your life. If that's how you tell a truly highly noble house from another.
And now he's fixing you with a look like he's trying to size you up. Are you one of those... Are you judging him? Like, do you think that you're better than him, right? You can tell that on top of everything else, this Baron seems to have a bit of a fragile ego to him. But he's going to double down. He says, well, I'd like to see any of those hoity-toity nobles come up here and survive just 1 week under the horrible weather, the constant raids by the damned devil Chevrones who regularly try to raid our mines and our holding. No, any of them would fall. This would be a town of goats, and under heathen law, if it weren't for me and for my iron-willed son. And he gives him a slap on the back. You can see that he's setting you up. This is definitely like it's not really a challenge, but it is a test.
I'm not even, without even you just saying what the test is.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say few would survive the trek up here alone.
Yes. I mean, it is a testament to your tenacity to make it here at all. Yeah, I think that this is probably pretty good. He seems that even if he doesn't respect you as a fellow mountain man, he does find your company entertaining at the very least, and he's more than willing to keep you here and get you drunk.
Yeah, I mean, he's an isolated noble in a fortress stronghold, and I have tales of places he's probably not been in a long time.
Yeah. Now, for the novelty of it, I think I would ask for some kind of roll here to see just what kind of an impression. A failure doesn't mean that you get kicked out or anything, but success could mean good things for you as well. So I would say like a will and a gossip, or a presence. Actually, presence might be good for this as well. Let's say presence. Say will and presence, and if you have carousing, everyone here is well in their cups at this point too, so that could also give you a bonus.
And I guess this is happening longer than a fast talk would apply to.
Right. This is more like over the course of the meal.
Two successes.
Nice.
I don't have presence. Okay. I'm better at gossiping.
Oh, that's okay. 2 successes will do you well. The Baron is delighting in hearing your stories, and you know just the right jokes of his to laugh at, like when he's being serious and when he wants to be taken, when he's joking and when he wants to be taken seriously. Finally, he accepts you into his confidence to the point where he says, I need to introduce you to someone else as well. This is my favorite pet, far more entertaining than that stoic statue of a woman. And he's gonna slosh his drink in the direction of Colette with enough force that it actually splashes onto her, but she doesn't. She flinches slightly, but then just kind of like pats her clothes dry. and he shouts, "Twitch!" And a moment later, a scrawny fox skitters out from behind one of the curtains, the draperies. He looks like he's being chased by a great beast that's about to pounce on him. He's on the verge of hyperventilating. He has a twitchy, as his name would suggest, a twitchy nature to him, where he's constantly glancing around. And as the Baron pulls him out, he says, "Twitch, introduce yourself to our new friend here, Sir Gar." Twitch does not say anything, but instead sort of like, oh boy, will throw himself on the ground at your feet, Sir Gar, in sort of like a worshipping pose. Say hi, Rhodes.
I'm sorry, do you have your own jester?
Indeed, yes. Twitch is another poor lost soul that we collected here. He doesn't say much, but he's always good for a laugh. Isn't that right, Twitch? And as Twitch climbs to his feet, the Baron is going to take a turkey leg, or the equivalent dino leg, and throw it at Twitch at his head, and Twitch is going to hit the deck, ushering some jingles from the bells on his hat and also laughter from basically everybody in the banquet hall.
I mean, I'll join in the laughter.
Nice. He says, "Ah, yes. Good Twitch. He's, please, I invite you, if at any moment you, find your jocularity waning, well, please avail yourself of my jester. He is quite the fool." And Twitch sort of cringes at this, but he will, bow low once again to you, Adris, with his bells sort of scraping on the floor.
It's good to know. It's quite enjoyable to have constant entertainment on hand.
He guffaws again, and and the conversation will continue along the lines of your travels and of the fearsome, fearsome devilish goat men that are incessantly attacking.
I mean, obviously, I would tell stories more about the creatures that actually overkilled one of my party on the way up.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. They
Had a lot of stories.
And this kind of goes into your role as well with 2 successes. I think you captivate the audience. It's not just the Baron, but the other people in presence all seem to be quite taken with you. And they're horrified, and they gasp at the tale that you tell.
Meanwhile, everyone does seem a little bit distracted, so I have an idea.
Yes.
I am going to go ahead and turn to Colette and start up like this blase, oh, what's your religious beliefs? Oh, here's what mine are. Oh, here, let me show you. I have a pamphlet.
Oh, that's
I will
good.
go ahead and take on the aura of yes, mine is superior. If only you would read my material, you would see that, and I will pass that over to her. And within it, on one of the pages is going to be in one of my signature crayons, a note for her.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So the first thing is if passing it over without being noticed or suspicious is possible, which if it's in the book itself and the book looks normal, maybe that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, we could roll
Maybe we
for
have a
it.
distraction too.
there is an interesting, all of the skills in the book include interesting use cases, right?
Yeah.
Mind and gossip, there is a gossip roll that says mind and gossip to send a secret message while being observed. But I think that your solution to this is a little bit ingenious. And I think that I would say you could probably road it with at least 1 success and pass it over. And no one is actually that interested in you. They're way more interested in Adris's story.
Right.
So
I'm choosing the most uninteresting conversation to have, so no one wants to pay attention to me. It's wonderful.
Totally.
Everyone has even wrote that with 2 successes.
No, exactly. I think everyone has decided that you are the most boring person here besides Colette, who is promised to be sort of the entertainment, but has proven to be, not.
I just want to say, it's like you've been training for this your whole life.
Yes, to be boring.
Exactly. She'll take
So-
she'll take the chapbook from you and flip open and look it over with a disinterested mask on her face as she's
Mhm.
reading your note. So what does the note say?
The note will say something to this effect. We are going to be patient. If there's anything you can say, write it in the book and then hang it outside your window. We will have someone recover it. If it's on a high
Very
window,
good.
no one will be able to grab it, and probably no one looks up and sees it anyway.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, this is good. So she's going to respectfully look over the chapbook and she'll nod and she'll say something
One less
basic
chapbook in
like
my inventory.
are you actually tracking these?
Yes, I am actually. I have the whole time. I'm down to 10 chapbooks.
She will say, oh god, kitten, this is not no. Okay, I think the kitten might have
That's
to
a
go.
weird thing to say to Big
The
Willie.
I know.
indignities Colette goes through dealing with the cat.
She looks to William and says, "My God, kitten, no."
Oh, that's talk for the bed, not
Man,
for
I
the
already
table.
forgot about Herman. It's those
This
pheromones.
Poor child. Okay.
Ah, yes.
Problem is that I'm fine with her gnawing on my hand, but if she's gnawing on my equipment, it could lead to real problems.
Right, I got
Okay.
the same feeling with my new doggo over here.
Oh yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
very nibbly, but at least they've learned to not like nibble cords.
There you go. I mean, that's a phase, God willing. This cat is old enough to know better, but what are we gonna do?
Hmm.
Okay, so, yes. So she says something bland, like, "Oh, it is refreshing to see someone of such holy adamants way out here. It warms my heart, and I will cherish this gift. Thank you very, very much."
Yes, of
William.
course it'll warm mine just to have spread the word a little bit further.
Okay, so, um, let's see. While this is going on, right? Let's cut to the servants' quarters with Connor and Anushka. There is a flurry of activity in and out of the kitchen, which there is sort of a general waiting area for all of the nobility's servants to hang out. Many of them are have collected in various corners of this room. Some of them are smoking. Some of them are.
Yes, which pointedly would be outside.
Oh, okay, so it would be in the courtyard of this castle.
Yeah,
There's a light
well,
snow
like-
drifting.
Basically, I mean, first of all, a lot of these places can only be lit with windows. So
Right,
you'll
right.
get that shoebox structure where they have the hole in the center, so you can have windows for light. There's also the garden.
Right,
So that's
okay.
one place the servants will hang out. Like if no one's here to show off the garden, they'd hang out there. They'll also, you may notice, like all the manor houses that are built up on the high hill with the big long steps that go up there.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's to make it defensible. Like when the peasants or the enemy army storms, they have to go upstairs, so it's
Yeah.
defensible. And so often you'll have the little carriages and that kind of stuff parked down there where the people have to go in and out. That's another place where folks will be hanging out, especially because if you brought your coach to the event,
That's
your
where you're
coach
leaving
could
it.
have to hang out down there too.
Yeah.
So that's where those guys are making bets, selling weed. Sorry, Doc.
Dang it, they're cutting into my profits.
Mhm.
I think after many, we didn't put this in the book, but the most common, what's the name of that game where you take coins and you throw them against the wall? You bounce them off the wall, and whichever one is closest to the wall wins the whole pile. Have you guys heard of that?
No, it sounds kind of
No,
like
I
quarters,
haven't.
though.
Yeah, well, I mean, but we have like copper coins, so yeah, that's a popular gambling game because all you need is money and a wall.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right, yeah.
So yeah, but no, the kitchen is definitely was probably going to be moving. So I think Connor and I want to avoid the kitchen. That's a place where people are going to look at you funny. Plus, it's also where the silverware is. Plus, we also want to get the layout of the place, so we don't want to be running back and forth from the banquet room. We want to be cleaning out chamber pots. That's what we like, and dusting and that kind of thing, and chasing people away from peeing on the potted plants, which is a common problem.
That is really
I mean, you
funny,
guys laugh,
actually.
but and possibly chasing people away from like wandering off in the manor house and doing weird stuff. So that's what we want to be doing. If we can get away with it. Like if someone points at us and say, hey, you there, I need an extra sculler. The problem with low profile is that if someone tells me to do a job, I pretty much have to do it. Otherwise, I'm a high profile person.
Indeed, right? So that's the risk. Okay, so the first question. So I guess let's abstract this a little bit.
Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to dress like servants. We've had we only had one day to get servant dress, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's going to be tricky. So we would probably have to very quickly gossip for that. Connor, you don't actually have haggling, right? Because you're a noble, not a merc, right?
Right. I have gossip but no haggling.
Right. So we could have very quickly during the day just tried to find, because we have to ditch this. Like I'm wearing armor and Connor, are you wearing aluminum armor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we got to ditch that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And possibly this aluminum rapier. So we'll ditch that with the irregulars and try to at least get in disguise. The trick is to try and dress like that might be tricky. So I would suggest that Connor, what's your gossip?
What's my what?
What's your gossip?
My gossip is D8.
Oh, are you cosmopolitan?
I believe I am.
There you go.
Okay, I'll assist you. So very quickly, we spent the day asking people, say, you happen to notice how those servants dress? Servants, they're just so wacky the way they always wear clothes like this.
Mm-hmm.
You get a D8 bonus from me.
All right.
Still not a team player.
All right.
So this is
mind and gossip.
Mind and gossip.
Mind and gossip, and you're just rolling against a difficulty of 3, so you just want successes.
And you're not a giant or anything like that, right? That's usually
no.
Yeah, that's usually Theta's bag. This is just to get the clothes. Because I would argue that if we're in proper disguise, we should get a D8 bonus to look like servants.
I think that makes sense, yeah.
I'm going to add etiquette in this because this has to deal with formalities and uniforms and whatnot.
Yes, that's why we put you in charge. You know how to dress appropriate to our station.
All right.
Okay.
And
Not for out here, apparently.
That's a crafty role.
a gossip favorite use is finding irregulars.
So
There you
to
go.
apply to this would be, we're not hiring people, we're dressing ourselves. Usually when I look for people, they already come with clothes on.
Right?
Except for Jake Naked.
Except for Naked Jake. Okay, yeah. All right, well, you did get a success.
Whopping 1 success. All right,
So
well, whatever.
Yeah,
So-
what you learn is that you can find servant clothes because this place is so remote and isolated. They basically make most of their stuff. Most of the goods here come from here, because there's not a
Okay.
lot of trade in and out. But you can find them. They're heavy and scratchy, and you'll probably have to pay for them because
Yeah,
not just lying
I'll
around.
spend 6 dinar. Connor, do you actually have any liquid cash?
Yes.
Okay, well, I can spend some money for that. So we'll just get dressed up appropriate, not look embarrassing. So this is when, by the way, everyone's
fashionable.
drawing fan art. This is when you can draw us in our maid costumes.
Right, there you go. Connor in the maid costume. I like it.
Yep. All right. So that said, now all we have to do is sneak in, which I assume we'll just kind of like walk there and go around on foot.
Yeah.
The best part of being servants doesn't matter if we're too dirty.
Right. This is definitely where you will get bonuses for low profile. But it is also time for stealth rolls, and I guess this would be kind of like a.
I
like-
would
Yeah.
suggest having us roll will because we're being brazen about it.
Sure. Okay.
And I would suggest rolling our deceit and our stealth.
I like it. Will, deceit, and stealth, and you're gonna roll
I have
against the
I don't.
let's say the major domo.
Right. Well, I would suggest count the successes that we get because, like, it would require at least 2 successes to get in.
Okay, sure.
Because, like if a random person just tried to sneak in, they would fail because they would have a will die and no deceit and no.
Right.
I may spend personality on this one.
Well, I would also suggest, can we get a D8 bonus for having the right outfit? Or
Yeah.
To get us
That's
in?
why you guys did that in the first place, and you did spend the money. So
Okay. Wow, that's such a crappy roll for me.
But it is an amazing roll, though, because it's literally a countdown.
Well, and hold on, I got other stuff to use here.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I have?
Looks like
No, I don't have knack for deceit. I have knack for a whole bunch of other stuff, but not this. And my specialty with deceit is being a distraction, which is the opposite of this.
Right.
So,
Personality.
let's see. Oh wait, I forgot my roll. I forgot my low profile because I have low profile that applies to this.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Throwing hands here.
Just can't do it.
I know no fear and serve with joy. I am effervescent.
You doing that?
There we go.
There
That's
you go.
2
Okay.
successes. So if somebody catches me, I can't wait to empty all those chamber pots. Scrub them till you can see your face shining in them. That's me.
Ugh. Yeah, you do see that there's someone who is basically like a taskmaster who spies you and is charging towards you, and they're in the process of asking what you're doing down here and not cleaning the snow buildup on the rooftops, because if you have a flying servant, that's definitely where they're supposed to be.
Because I only have a body of D4 and I can't lift the shovel. Why are you here if you can't lift the shovel? I'm sorry.
Right. Exactly. Like, you're about to get shouted down, but because you are so enthusiastically lugging around whatever, your chamber pot or whatever.
If they also, I will go up there and start shoveling snow off the roof, and then when they're gone, wander off. Whew.
Sure. You basically, whatever the circumstance, it does not delay you in your mission.
Right, but Connor and I are to look around, especially, find out where we think they're keeping her, and hey, maybe if we're lucky, there'll be a secret escape route.
Right, okay.
Now I guess comes the searching roll.
The searching roll, indeed. Speed and searching is traditional.
Okay,
and,
which we roll separately, because we're not together.
Exactly. Oh, you guys are split up. Okay.
Yeah, we would have to split up.
Yeah, I can't shoot rooftops.
And holy crap, roll like ass.
So,
I'm going to throw my personality on this because I don't want the botch.
You don't want to botch. I understand that.
We're good at this.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes. I mean,
this is the Spaceballs moment of we ain't found shit.
We ain't found
Other people are good at searching. Connor's never looked for a thing in his life.
Yeah, unfortunately, my favorite use of searching is finding addresses. I already know where this is. So let's see. Do I have anything else I can employ on this?
I do like the implication of Connor tapping his personality of brazen to search for stuff.
Okay,
How are you searching for it brazenly?
No, Connor starts like throwing open doors to bedrooms and stuff. That's brazen searching.
Yeah, that's brazen searching. Hello, sir, coming through. What are you doing in here? Here I am doing the chamber pots. I'm using it.
Right, not twice cleaning, and then bam.
Hurry up, sir. Do you need grooming as a groom of the stool? Why are you talking about this in the stream? What's wrong with you, Rafferty? This is important because this is an important job. So I am going to tap my luck for this episode.
Okay. All right.
And roll this 2 more times.
Well, hold on a second.
I'll take the 11.
I gotta check. Luck is chapter or is it session?
It's chapter.
Okay, you did use your luck last session. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember.
Well, is this a new chapter when we came in here to explore this place or not?
I think the chapter, no, because you're still on your mission. I think the chapter ends when you
fail.
Yeah.
Because I already used my because I've already used my personality just to get in. So I just worked all day and didn't even get paid.
Yeah, you didn't find anything. You didn't get caught either, but you've been, as you're trying to like look for things that might help you. You were constantly getting like directed to other parts of the building by
people are constantly
people.
pointing at me and making me do crap.
Exactly.
So
as the hours weigh on, you realize that you've come no closer to discerning anything that could help you free Colette, and you're just very, very tired. And you have a newfound respect for the serving staff here.
Always do. Okay, hey, if any guys want to overthrow the nobility class, I'm here for.
Okay.
So hopefully Connor had better luck.
Marginally better luck. Let's see what Connor uncovers. Okay, Connor. As you are sneaking around and trying to look busy, but you're being a little bit brazen in your deception, poking your head into rooms, you decide that even though you don't see any servants up there on the second floor, you make your way up to the second floor, and what you're kind of like kicking indoors left and right, you come across a room that seems to be furnished. It does have a fireplace and a bed, although it doesn't have the grandeur or splendor of what you would expect from an actual noble person's quarters. And you also notice a disquieting detail, which is that attached to the bed is a long length of chain and a pair of manacles that currently are not attached to anyone. It's and I'll just say, even though there's no way to prove this, it doesn't strike you as a sex thing.
Just covering your bases.
Just covering my bases, because I realized, like,
before the Marquis de Sade, we wouldn't even think it was a sex thing.
There you go. Okay. Now I've got to come up with an anthropomorphized Marquis de Sade character. Thank you for that, Rafferty. I will work on that for next session.
I just assume that's our good friend. What's his name with the D? From Triskellion.
Oh, who did you meet from Triskellion with a D name? De La Vega?
I just assume De La Vega has a pale white face and does all those same things.
Right, I guess so. He is an albino. Nah, I think. Did you guys ever see, what was the name of the
Cheech and Chong movie? Oh, I thought it was a Cheech and Chong movie with the Marquis de Sade in it.
Oh no,
Corsican Brothers.
There was a movie where Jeffrey Rush plays the Marquis de Sade, and I mean it's Jeffrey Rush, so it's fucking awesome.
I can do one better. There's a 1989 movie called Marquis that actually has anthropomorphic characters in it, and it's about the Marquis de Sade.
Oh, weird.
Hey,
okay,
there you go.
Cool.
Problem solved.
I think the Jeffrey Rush one is also called Marquis, but I have to.
I recommend the Henry Jeannot movie. That's my favorite.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, anyway. So Connor, you discover a room that strikes you as probably the chambers where they're keeping Colette. There's certain features that you notice about this room. There is a window that is closed. All the windows in this place have heavy curtains blocking the draft. But this one, when you go in to investigate the room further, you see that there are shutters on this window as well, and they are locked. They could probably be broken open with the proper application of strength or some sort of thievery, burglary skills. You could probably break it open. But for right now, you're fairly sure that this room is serving as the cell for a hostage, quite possibly for Colette herself. Currently, there's no one outside the room guarding it, but yeah, it's kind of dead up here on the second story right now because everyone is at the banquet on the ground floor.
Right. Well,
yeah, I think that's what your success gets you.
And I'm assuming, because I don't have a good sense of direction, so I don't know if this is something normal people can do, but he now knows the most direct route to this part of the castle.
Yes.
You can get here again real quickly?
Yeah, from the entrance, at least you could.
All right. Well, knowing that is very important, so he's going to then take his leave and calm himself down from all the door kickery.
There you go. I'll say, actually, I will say that to add to the suspense a little bit and everything, you can hear that there are voices. As you're marching around, you see that this castle does have guards who are carrying spears, and they are lightly armored. They're bearing the colors of the Baron, and they do seem to be on patrols around this place. You think that you probably have, as you've observed them, you think you probably have like 5 minutes before the next patrol walks by, comes this way, and would likely hear you or spot you if you're on the second floor. But you do have enough time to do one more really quick search of the room if you'd like to. But again, failure means you risk being discovered and potentially captured by the guard.
I'm not going to rely on a D6 for that kind of thing. So
Fair enough. Okay.
he's going to quit while he's ahead and leave.
Okay, cool. So we'll say that's how you guys occupied most of your time for this party, which we'll say was like 3 to 4 hours long of drinking and feasting.
Feasting on smoking.
I guess the only thing to keep in mind would be the sun has come back, and he basically just doesn't say anything at all during the entire thing. Is that correct?
Well, so once... Oh, yeah. What I'll say is that there's several toasts to the sun. The Baron finally convinces him to tell stories, and the sun's stories are mostly about disparaging like the peasantry and the serving staff, the abysmal serving staff that he met on his travels. But then when he gets some drinks in him, he also tells you some rather disturbing tales of people who he wronged and then subsequently challenged to a duel, and then from all accounts sounds like slew them in these duels. He talks about flirting with the wives of commoners and nobles alike, and this makes some of the guests uncomfortable, but no one's willing to actually call him or say anything disparaging to him. He also keeps shooting sort of lascivious, I don't know, dirty glances over at Colette. Yeah,
Okay.
that. Thank you. That's a word I struggle with.
Okay, so the basic impression here is what everyone else is already impressed. He's basically a dilettante. He has no other business other than to provoke people for fights for his own amusement.
I mean,
And there's
I'll
nothing he likes
much.
better. He does nothing else.
I'll raise a
Got it.
toast to him.
Oh, okay.
Might makes right. You proved those sons of bitches, didn't you?
Yeah, he'll snort and he'll size you up. But he says, "Well, it is the right of those with power to rule over those without, and to take what is owed them. If those terrible sods had been better fighters, perhaps they would keep their wives." And he will raise a glass, and his father seems to find this very amusing, but the other
Hear,
women
hear.
in attendance at the table do not.
If the moral right had been on their side, they'd be alive to speak about it, wouldn't they? Go.
Indeed, Salumer shines on those. Actually, I guess these are Doloro. They probably are not really like light followers. So yeah, but he says Lutherism also isn't very kind to this particular philosophy either, though. So I guess he'll just say, indeed, fortune favors the bold.
Hey, that's a motto.
Yeah.
Well, it might be his motto.
He says, but yeah, he takes a shine to you, Adris, and he says, well, while I'm here, we must go drinking. My father also organizes great hunts. Perhaps you wouldn't join us. Could he come, father? And the Baron shrugs and says, I don't see why not. I was thinking tomorrow we would go out. If you're not too busy, moisturizing those soft hands of yours, Adris.
Oh, that's the beauty. A hunt typically involves killing things at a distance. Means I got no blood on the palms.
Ah, yes, but the thrill is still there, isn't that right?
I didn't know if you saw him or his son.
Oh, he's kind of talking to anyone who will listen at this point. His son kind of rolls his eyes at him, and it's just like, yes, father, of course. You can stay in the back, and I will bring down a beast for us all, and we'll eat it tomorrow night at this very table.
Of course. Well, then I guess I'll see you then. Until
All right.
then, I plan to get stinking blind drunk.
Aye, that sounds like a great, like a fantastic plan, and we'll drink to your good health. So you've got yourself an invite to a hunt tomorrow, so that's cool. Yeah, I will say as the party gets louder and more belligerent, Colette becomes more and more withdrawn, Doctor. She keeps stealing glances in your direction, and finally she stands up and she says, I apologize, but I've grown tired, and I think it must be time for me to depart for the evening. I thank you, Baron, for your courteousness in inviting me. And she gives a short bow. The Baron says, like, well, now you haven't been dismissed. But Colette kind of turns on her heel.
The hour's so late. I should honestly be getting some rest too. You could let the poor woman go to sleep, couldn't you?
He grumbles and he says, fine. You're killing our buzz anyway. Guards, take her back to her chambers. See that she, yes, and see that she's comfortable. And turns his back to her. And you can see that Colette, two of the guardsmen peel off from their stations around the banquet hall and will escort her out of the room.
Right. And the Doctor will go ahead and take his leave of the party right now, and will eventually try to find Anushka.
Yeah, I'll say you probably bump into Anushka as you're leaving the main chamber, and she just looks haggard and exhausted, and she's currently holding like soiled bed rolls under each arm, and yeah.
The Doctor will reach out, notice Anushka's hair is like fritzing everywhere, and just like pat it down for her. It's like, there you go.
Did you at least bring me some wine?
Well, of course.
I will shotgun the glass.
These are my mugs now.
Did you
Yeah,
steal
the Doc stole the silverware. I love it.
the exact... Isn't that worldly?
I never said I was going to keep them.
Okay. Well, if we're done with the scam, I'm just going to drop this forever. We're going to leave.
Oh, I love it. You
Let's go
just
talk
drop
about
the bed
shame
rolls.
somewhere else.
Well, actually, no. I keep forgetting that
put them messily into a closet, unfolded.
Yeah, Anushka's not as cynical as I am. I would at least, make less work for other people.
Aw, okay, cool.
Anushka is serves with joy. Unlike,
Oh my god.
I knew what joy was.
So,
All right,
Anushka, let me go ahead and appraise you of what I've done.
All right.
On the window of which I've seen should be her bedroom, she will post one of my chapbooks. You should be very familiar with what they look like. If
Yes,
she has anything that she can tell us, she will post it there. And I believe you can slip in without being seen during the night to grab it off the windowsill and fly away before anyone's any the wiser.
About that, I don't have any stealth whatsoever and constantly make flapping and screeching noises.
Well, it's the middle of the night, and if they're looking up to the skies, I'm sure you won't be seen. I can think of no one else who can possibly accomplish this anyway.
Well, we're not
I'm pretty conspicuous.
Yeah, we're not.
That
We're
guard
not
fellow
exactly.
can't really. Could he climb a wall? Maybe. And Sir Connor, no, couldn't do it.
I'm regretting not playing an owl. Owls are apparently the world's stealthiest bird.
Oh yeah. Do they get stealth in the book?
They do,
Nice.
which makes them scary.
Yeah, well, I've seen an owl like fly across a room, and there's like an absence of sound. It's very weird.
They have their feathers specifically muffle sound. Unlike me, I make a crap ton of noise.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean,
Like a bedsheet in the wind.
They use bat noises.
So maybe don't screech as you go, but grab this is a mission that I think you need to accomplish.
I
Unless
mean,
you think Gar could maybe do so.
Actually, what makes more sense would be that I should stay here in the house doing a variety of chores and such for the next few hours and pick that up later as I leave.
I think that would actually work great.
That way,
Assuming that they allow you near Let's room, then this should work perfectly.
Well, at least I won't be sneaking up to the manor house. I mean, like
Very true.
coming in the middle of the night, that would be suspicious. Whereas, because they have to have at least a token.
Mm-hmm.
So, so some points of order here. I will mention that I think if you're doing this at night, Anushka, you don't have night vision. You've got echolocation, so you actually do have to make noise if you're going to see this thing going up to the window.
Right. That's
that's
my major problem. Is I'm not stealthy. Right. I mean, I can try and navigate using my other senses, but because I just have to. It's on the outside, right?
It would be on the outside of the building.
Yeah.
That's the instructions that she was given.
Yeah, I mean, I can still try to be stealthy, but any guard worth their salt would get a chance to spot me. And I don't actually have stealth as a skill. So getting back to the nature of the rules, I would be rolling 1 die. Also, I am spent. I do not have personality. I do not have luck. So,
right. This is also a long-term assignment, too, so you may as well take your time.
I would only be rolling 1 die. The best I could do is if I got caught, I could lie and say I was cleaning the room.
Yeah, I mean, if you go up as a servant, there's a possibility that you could slip in and talk to her that way. But yeah, I guess that's the plan.
This is my life now. I work here until they figure out I don't work here.
Yeah.
I can probably get the message tonight, but if I stay here any longer, they're going to figure out I don't work here.
Yeah, someone in charge of payroll.
Well, I mean, it's a banquet. They may have pressed some other people into service, but after a while, they're gonna say, "Hey, what did you think of that new girl?" It's like, she was all right, but that new guy was so handsome. Did you see the way he talked and walked with a sense of purpose?
So fancy.
So fancy. Ooh, right. And so eventually, they're gonna figure us out.
Yeah.
When they go look up Connor's Facebook profile and go, what? Status noble?
Yeah, exactly.
So
this guy's been verified on Twitter.
Yeah, he's got a blue check mark. What kind of servant is a blue check mark? It's armed.
And I guess if we all reconvene at some point, we could also talk about something else because apparently they're going on a hunt tomorrow. They won't be here.
I mean, I'm going to stay till the party's over. I'm going to stay to the extremes of the party. I don't know how long a noble party lasts, but...
Well, Doc can come with us. Do you still have weed?
Of course I do.
Doc can come with us. We can hang out with the servants outside. Here, everybody, have some weed. Have some weed. Leave us the hell alone. Yeah, that's when they look at it. Hey, you don't work here. Here, take this and go away. Don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
So we just hang around outside, doing this kind of thing. I guess Connor actually got some more headway, can actually tell me where this place is, because I did not get out of the servants area. Connor actually got a success.
He did, yep, and he found the room. He can give you directions on how to get to it and where it is actually.
Good. Receiving directions is my favorite use.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So, let's see. So do you guys want to jump ahead to this, the middle of the night? Anushka's going to try to...
Get the note?
Yeah, get the note.
I guess so, because I don't think we have anything else planned. The party, I think, after this is just going without incident. I don't think Data's trying to do anything weird.
No. Making friends among assholes.
Yeah. Address is just the life of the party. The party goes on into the wee hours of the morning. Many of the party goers will retire to their rooms, but some of the more drunk and louder ones are just going to pass out in the banquet hall and probably sleep there till morning. So we'll say that at this point it is late at night. A majority of the party goers are going to be asleep. The only people who are still awake are the guards who take this night shift and the serving staff that work through the night, probably doing laundry or whatever. And Anushka, you are among them, moving among them like an unseen shadow. And you sense your opportunity has come, and you creep up to the second floor, and you can see that there are 2 guards stationed outside of this room that Connor has given you directions to.
Okay, well, I can just go outside because I need to collect something from the windowsill.
Yes, true. It is a 2nd-story window.
Yeah, so I'll go up to the roof, which I already know where that is because they had me shoveling snow off of it.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. Yep, okay. No one would judge you for being up there, I guess.
And do I actually have climbing? I think I do. Yeah, I actually have climbing, so I can try to climb down the wall.
Perfect, okay. Would you like to roll, or would you like to take a rote?
I don't think I should be allowed to rote because I've never climbed down a snow-encrusted wall before.
Okay, then let's make a roll for it. Because that is what you're doing.
But today I'm rolling all aces.
I know, right?
So, yeah. It's amazing how much better you get at climbing when you have no fear of falling.
Yeah, right, I guess so. Worst case scenario, you just flap your wings and try again.
Yep, and that's sneakier than... now, that's not a stealth check, if you want a stealth check, but...
I guess I would like a stealth check. This is a stealth maneuver, and you can see that positioned on the outer courtyard walls are guards who are looking around.
I only have 1 success, so I
have a
would
D12
not
on
be
stealth?
able... I
Nice.
don't have any stealth at all. Now, I am
so
doing
that's
this
12
at
on
night,
speed
and
is what she has.
No, that's my speed, yeah.
Gotcha.
But which is my best stat, so I can be quick about it. But I don't actually have any stealth at all. So unless I have some kind of bonus, I can't get a 2nd success, which means I almost definitely would be spotted by any, because like guards just taking the rope would also roll 1 success, so they would see me up there.
Well,
Interesting.
I could probably offer up that most of the people here are boars, aren't they? They don't necessarily have night vision.
Yes.
No,
you are in the dark.
They would have local knowledge of the palace, which gives them bonus D12.
Yeah.
I mean, you would stealing a note from a window of a guarded prisoner should require at least 2 successes. I don't know if I get a circumstance bonus because it's at night or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you a concealment bonus because
which would be like a D8.
Yeah, like a D8.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. I might have fooled the guards.
Okay, yes, I think that's good.
Because low profile doesn't apply to this. I'm not supposed to be up here.
We'll say, yeah, exactly. We'll say that like you can hear stirring from the guard wall, and you can see that someone is coming to investigate the noises that you've made on the roof. But
shovel.
I mean, they have to trek down the stairs and come over, and your speed is such that you manage to slip down the wall, grab the note, and you're gone by the time they get there.
Because I can just drop. So yeah,
exactly. Okay.
No, but the good news, guard, I didn't have to use echolocation. I could climb down the wall.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, I forgot I get climbing because I'm a bat. People forget.
Which is apparently you're very good at all. Anyone who's ever held a bat knows that they're good at clutching things.
Yep. So just climb down the wall. Hopefully it's the right one. Grab the note, which I can't read because it's dark.
Right. Indeed.
And then I will on foot leave, and once I get some good distance, take wind.
Okay. And are you going to rejoin the rest of the party?
Yeah,
probably sans Adris. It sounds like Adris is there for the long haul.
Yeah, I'll bring the note.
Okay, cool. All right.
Whew. Yeah, I barely evaded the patrol. Good thing to have those small vision cones.
Exactly. Yeah. And you have that sonar, the active radar, or the soliton radar system. There you go.
I didn't use that, which made it more difficult for me. But yeah, but eventually, I think that was the right solution, which is I grab the note and then I leave just as someone comes by and goes, "Huh? What was that noise?"
Man, what was that?
Yeah, I guess a sufficiently large ruffle around the neck acts as a anti-nibble cone, right?
It's his soup catcher. Yeah.
Well, you put the cone around your dog if they have a surgery so they don't bite or anything like that. Well, that's what a giant ruffle is for your noble.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so. You got to imagine it makes it really hard to like undo your fly, like unzip your fly with that
That's
thing.
what you have servants for.
I guess so, right? Yeah.
That's why I said
know that,
baby
like-
soft hands.
Just having like a mask, like the COVID mask on, I've got no peripheral vision on anything. So anytime I'm trying to like zip a jacket or something, it's a huge process.
Well, if we're going
big is
by
your
the,
mask?
Your eyes?
Say, how
if we're
big is your
going-
mask?
If
tell
we're
you-
going by the Elizabethan model, there are laws. There are laws how big your collar is allowed to be.
No bigger
Really?
than the Queen's.
Yeah, you can't have a collar bigger than your station. Connor, having etiquette, knows the rules.
My
He
God.
wouldn't. He knows not to. Exactly what you're allowed to wear and what you aren't. Oh boy, the rich.
Okay. So we gotta open this note, but I think I'm gonna ask for a quick break because I'm not exactly sure what the note says yet. And I need to refresh my drink. So are we good for a bathroom break? Quick
Mhm.
break?
Sure.
Let's do it. Take a quick
Alright.
break.
All right. Be right back.